Let's make a faith window. So this is the number 2 kit that I previewed in my introduction video, number 1 video. And today I wanted to actually show you some ways you can use the faith windows. So if you're brand new to my channel, this is a brand new product line, and it really came out of a need. I love that all of the junk journaling women who make videos make tons of videos about what to do with all the old junk mail, right? And especially window junk mail envelopes. And so I've made a couple, and then I realized, wouldn't it be fun to just have a little kind of mini kit that you could make and include faith in any of your big junk journals, or some of these you can even use it by themselves. So today, this is Jesus as the light of the world. And so what you get in a Faith Windows kit is you get some verses. There's an inspiration verse that's like what I call the main verse, and then I give you some other verses. And the way to use this is you can read that verse, you can make this cute kit, and hopefully for yourself, on the back of any of the tags and things like that, you could write your notes, right? Why not? Use this as a mini Bible study. Use it as your devotion time. So let's look at the verses for Jesus is the light of the world. John 8:12 said, when Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John 1:4-5. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And Matthew 5:14-16. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So we're talking about Jesus as the light of the world, and then we get to be that light, and how we share our light is about sharing the good news, right? Which is about Jesus as our Lord and Savior. That's the story of Christianity. So let's look at the kit. I've already cut it up. If you buy one of the kits or go to my Etsy shop, you'll see all the pictures of it. You get a whole page of Bible verses, and if you print this on vellum, it works just like stickers. You'll see me do that. And here's 3 pages that are 2 strips. You kind of don't see it, but I made them as like 4-inch strips because that's typically the size of, excuse me, a window business envelope. And then on 2 of them, I have given you 2 different pictures of Jesus as the light of the world. And so you can use these to stick these into your window envelopes. So that's the main pieces of the kit. And then you get lots of ephemera, which I've already cut up so that I don't have to sit here and cut it up for you. You get a whole page of tags, you get some main tags, you get some ephemera and things like that. So let me show you what people have done with this. I've got 2 examples. One of these is what I call the original number 1 envelope fold. And I do have a video, so look back at my videos, where you take a window envelope. Now this one has a particularly wide window. That's okay, you can use whatever you want. And I showed you how you open it up and then fold it down. And what does it look like? It looks just like this. And you can use the tab. We leave the pocket in the center, and one of the verses is already printed on one of the tags. So when you print it out on cardstock, you can just stick it right in. And then my friend covered this one with, there's a blank one, and they're the same size. So she did it that way. And then she included some of the ephemera. So this is a real simple one, right? And this one, actually, she finished the back of it because you could use it as a little mini junk journal, right? Just a little mini thing. So what she did on the back was she took one of the pieces of ephemera, put it on with a just regular tape, and then added one of the Bible verses underneath and one of the pieces of ephemera and on the back. So see how that's a really cool way that she did it. Now this mimics what I showed you in the other 2 videos. I made the exact same type of a thing, right? Different sizes because it's different size windows because they're all junk mail, right? And using the ephemera And I put a couple tags in here. In this one I have 3 tags, and then I have the small one right there. Okay, so that's the main, what I call the main one. And here's an example of one of my originals with a smaller window. But even that little peak is just cool. So I'm not going to make that one today because there is already one done for this kit. I just wanted to show it to you. But what I want to show you is another one that my friend who's on my creative team made. And this is totally unique. This is the one that I'm going to make with you in this video. And basically, she took the whole envelope, right, with the window, and she cut it open. And so inside is a whole, oh, I'm sorry, I messed around with it before the video and it's coming apart. So she used a piece of manila folder and she covered that. And so she did it on both sides, right? So she's got tags on both sides. And so it's like a mini journal. And how cool is it that she used both of the graphics, because when you look at from the outside, right, when I just showed it to you, you saw Jesus with his arms outspread, and then when you pull this out, there's the other one. So that was like really cool. And then she added some of the Bible verses. Now on the back, look what she did on the back. I love this. In every kit, you get a page. Sometimes they're white, sometimes they're colored to match the rest of the kit. They're a little notepad, like a mini note-taking paper. And there's the date and then the Bible verse. So if you wanted to do a Bible study, look, it's all there to just do that. So she glued that one on and then made like a little layer. So didn't that come out pretty? This is what I'm going to make with you. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make that. So let me show you my template that I won't be touching because I wanted to make a template and keep my templates. So we're going to call this one the folio. So you need 1 junk mail envelope with a window. You need a piece of cardboard, cardstock, whatever. I just used manila folders, okay? And what you're going to do is you want to make sure that, and I can't tell you the sizes because every envelope is different. Trust me, I made a couple of these, and one's 4, one's 4.5, one's 4 1/4. So you just have to measure everything to figure out the correct size, okay? And then just cut it appropriately. So where this is open, we have it closed on this end, away from the window, open at the window, and we have it closed on this so that it ends up being a folio like that, okay? Now, if you have a junk mail envelope that you have already opened the wrong way, try another one, or let me show you what I'm going to do with this one. So this is an envelope that, yes, it's opened the wrong way. Basically, I opened this one a long time ago and opened it all the way up. So that's not the way we just said we want it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it this way and I'm going to close this back up with glue. So let's reseal the envelope. And don't worry if you have little pieces missing. It doesn't really matter because you're going to cover this all with paper, right? Okay, so now we've got the bottom closed. This side happens to be open because that's the way I opened it up. I'm going to use my glitter glue to put just a little bead in there just to keep it closed because I don't want to use the glue stick. It'll make it too thick. Okay, so let's just add a little bit of glue into there. Okay, so now we've got the left is closed, the bottom is closed, and now this is closed. So what do I have to do? I have to use my trusty scissors, and I am just going to basically take a hair. Really, look, see? You're just going to cut just slightly. Is all you need to do. Okay, now if I cut straight, I could open it, cut like this too, right? I think I'm cut more if I cut it that way. I'm not going to do that. And you go over to the very edge, okay? So that's how we've prepared the envelope. There we go. So we've got the left is sealed and the bottom is sealed. And then, as I said, I've cut a piece of manila folder that I'm going to be using. And look, I did this fun thing the other day. Now I keep forgetting to use it. Somebody, I forget who it was talking about, she just put a little piece of foam on here And then that's where she sticks the pin, because if you watch me, you know I'm always losing that. Okay, let's go ahead and make it. Got all that done now? If you're making it with me, great. One of the things that I showed you is I do not cut the strips, prior to deciding on which envelope that I'm making. And I found that because when I cut them, and then, as I said, different envelopes are different sizes. So the first thing what we want to do is we want to figure out what graphic we want to see on the inside. And I love the way my friend Timmy did it, so I'm probably going to follow her. She's on my... Okay, why am I having a problem getting that in there? Oh, because I glued too far up. That's why. Okay, let's just release that. Well, there's a good little tip for you. Yes, I closed it back up, but I put too much glue. I just should have done the end with my glitter glue. Okay, now it's opened back up and it fits in there. So we're going to put one of the graphics on there, and it ends up looking this way, right? Now she did that one. Wonder what this one will look like. Let's see. If I did a reverse, then it just makes it a little bit different, right? Yeah, that'll work in there. Okay, so that means I'm going to take this out. I am going to cover this entire piece with my first strip, okay? And I use my glue stick. I'm going to glue that all down. Get it ready. Okay, I don't cut it first. You'll hear me say this over and over again, because again, the minute I think I have it all measured and it's not measured, and then you wasted a whole piece of paper. I gotta go print it again. One of the other tips I want to say again, I need to make a quick little video for you all. I have a Epson EcoTank printer. Don't get the one I have. I got the 4800. The 2850 is the best one of all, and it's under $200. The reason it's the best one is because it has built in there that you can print borderless and you can print double-sided. My 4800 does not do that. Now, why would that be? I have no idea. It's frustrating. But anyway, I say that to tell you about the printer. Now, see, I probably should have moved it over a little bit, but I guess I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's going to be okay, right? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. I'm okay with it. The other thing that's important about printing, if you're going to get into digital kits, you really need to get a good printer. So I just told you about the printers that I recommend. Yes, you invest like $200, and a kit of the inks to replace them is maybe $25. And I've owned mine for coming up on 2 years, and I've only used one kit, $25, to replace the ink. And you have to understand, I print a couple hundred pages a month. But the other secret is the paper. You've got to use the right paper. To get these beautiful, gorgeous prints, you have to use the right paper. And I use Koala, Koala paper. They come in 2 different weights. I'm going to flip that over just so I can watch myself. And the one that you would get a lot of is you want to get the 33-pound paper. That's what this is printed on. And it gives this gorgeous, gorgeous, high definition kind of a print. I get that on Amazon also, okay? And then they also have, that's a 33-pound paper. They also have a 48-pound, which it's double-sided, so you might as well get that. It's double-sided, 48 pounds, so it's like a cardstock. But because it's a matte photo paper, what you're getting is it's this coated paper, and that's where all the ink sits and makes everything look gorgeous. So that's what you really have to get your head around is you got to buy a good printer, and then you have to buy the right paper, because you're going to waste your time and your money if you do not have the right papers, okay? Because I know a lot of people will make things and then they'll send me a picture and I look at it and I go, that doesn't even look like my kit. Well, and I realize, okay, they don't have they're not using the right paper. Maybe they have the right printer, that I don't know, but they're not using the right paper. So basically at this step, I'm covering both sides of the insert, okay? So that's going to be ready. And we're gonna do it that way. so it will slide in there. Okay, so let's set that aside for a moment. Let's go back to how she did her envelope. Now, you see how this envelope, the window of an envelope, see how it's rounded? Okay, I do not bother with that. I basically square them off because it's so much easier to do that. And how does Diane do that? I'm going to take one of the pieces and I'm going to, here, we'll put this one on this side. I'm going to glue it to the side and then we're going to trim it, but I'm only going to cover it to here, okay? So in this case, I am going to do a quick measurement because I don't want to go over, because then I'll have to play around with that, which will be insane. Okay, so that's like 2 1/8. So let's move this to 2. Okay, let me put, where's my pencil? There it is. 2 1/8. So I'm hoping you're enjoying the Faithart, the Faith window kits. I'm going to cut that just a little bit wider. So far I've heard really good, nice comments, which makes me feel really good and encouraged. This is my ministry, and somebody has already sent me an email, yay, saying, could I make something specific for Christmas in a Faith window? And I was like, oh, that's such a great idea. I haven't thought that far ahead. I'm working feverishly on lots of different kits. And I have 2 more coming out in the next 5 days. So that was cool. So if you have, now how did that not work out right? Look at that. Okay, where did I, oh, there it is. I can't even see. It's so nice and collaged. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually, oh, wait, I don't want to do that. Hold on, look, here's what I want to do. I only want it to go like 5 inches. That's what I want to do. Let's just go up 5 inches, and then we'll do the top part differently. Of course, every time I do this, I do it different, but that's okay. That's just the way I do things. That's the way I roll. Okay, so let's go to where my marks are so I can make a straight line. I'm going to start from down here. And I'm going to tear it up to where we want to go. That should work. So this piece, where am I at? I'm making it right there. Yes. Okay. So I went up a little high. That's okay. Let's just trim that off for now. Let's glue this piece down. Oh, I love the pretty flower on there. I love making digital kits. I've been doing it for a long time. I did it for a different ministry for quite a few years, and I decided to have my own ministry and do it myself. I want to see, I went, no, I guess I went over, no, wait a minute. Did I go over too far? Oh no, it's right on the right edge. Okay. Anyway, I just started making stuff for myself, and then all my friends saw it, and they were like, well, can you make more things? So that's the cool part. Okay, let's put this up here. I'm sorry if this is confusing, because I didn't do this in advance. I usually do that for my videos, so hopefully this video won't be too long. I'm going to cut it off. Let's see, we're at 18 minutes already. So, okay, I was going to do it from this direction. Let's go over there. I'm not going to probably finish totally decorating it. I just wanted to show you how to manipulate your envelope and what you can do, okay? So let's do that. Now, I'm going to play around with this. Let's see where we're at with that. Sometimes it's so much easier to tear. I always forget to tear. Tearing actually is so much nicer. It gives you a really good line. Okay, let's see. Of course, I'm trying to do it in the wrong direction. Okay, there we go, that works. And now we'll just turn this part off. I hope that the lighting is okay. I normally don't film this late at night, but I wanted to get this done so that because I have a lot to do, just making the video, then I have to edit the video, and then anyway, it's a lot of moving parts to doing all this stuff. Okay, let's put that there. I'm a person who likes to watch videos. I like to see what people are, oh, I didn't do that high enough. I made it actually too low. Okay, I like to watch what other people are doing. I love to be inspired, and that part's great. What I don't like is I'm just really not a person that will sit there for an hour and watch somebody go, oh, I think I'll do this. Oh, I think I'll, that drives me crazy. I think you have to have a plan because I feel like you're not being respectful of people's time. But then again, there's a lot of YouTubers who have, 20,000 people following them, and they make those kind of videos. So maybe I'm off base. I don't know. I just know what I like, and that's the way I try to make my videos. So hopefully you appreciate that. My goal now is to try and not go over 35 minutes because it's too much. There we go. So I'm going to glue those little parts back down, but let's put that little piece right there. And see how I'm just squaring this off, which is cool. I don't have to worry about rounding anything and all that kind of stuff. Because we're just collaging, right? It's like a little puzzle. Oh, see, there's an example. I cut that too short. Yuck. Okay, let me try from that direction instead. See if I can get it in there better. Let's cut it this direction first. So I hope that you enjoy looking up these verses about Jesus as the light of the world because it's so inspiring. And of course, then you might even ask me, I'm going to tell you, how do I pick these backgrounds? I mean, how do I decide what to make for a background? Well, when I think about Jesus is the light, right? Well, I don't want to have any dark, heavy colors. I want some light, inspiring tones. So that's why I pick the colors for this. And if you notice in every one of my kits, hopefully you get to see that exact thing. Okay, this is actually going together really quick. This is good. Well, we're at 22 minutes. I don't have much longer. Okay, the back of it, I think what I will do is I will use this side of it. And I thought I trimmed this, but I guess I didn't. Let's use the back of this, and then I'll put that inside like my friend did. So this is actually pretty simple because you can just use the whole strip right here. Okay, let's put that on there. Let's get that lined up. Okay, pretty, pretty, pretty. So please comment on my videos. Please share these videos. I think this whole new series on faith windows is going to be a big, important thing. I think it's an entry point for people who, if you watched my video that I made the other day about faith junk journaling versus junk journaling, the fact that faith junk journaling, actually, you have a purpose. You're making a junk journal with a purpose versus just making junk journals and then kind of selling them. Okay, there's no real purpose in that. Anyway, I think this is a good starting point because if you have not really done any kind of faith things before, this gives you the chance to start with something small, and I have videos that show you how to do this, and so you can start and play around and see if you like it. The other thing that I said in my videos is that if you are in a small group for Bible study, or if you lead a small group in Bible study, okay, that's going to be, oh, what am I doing? No, that's right. This is going to go there. I was going to cover this. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, you could actually, is that going to go in there? I want to fit it in there and get the picture in the right spot. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain is it goes all the way over. I don't want it to be all the way over. I want it to be up here a little bit. I'm going to fit it into the window because you're going to slide something in. So let's do it that way. Anyway, I started to say, if you are in a small group or you lead a small group, this is a faith window is a perfect project to do in a small group. It's just perfect because you can't send them the file. If you buy this file, you cannot send people my file, okay? But what you can do is you can print it. I don't care if you print it 5 times, 10 times, that's nothing. Once you buy it from me, you have the rights to print multiple times. What you don't have the right to do is share the file, and hopefully you understand that. But anyway, what I was starting to say was, so you could print it, and if you need money, you just say to everybody, okay, give me $5, and then you get your kit. And then you could sit together and look up the Bible verses and do a commentary. Like, you don't have to do the commentary. Go find like a David Guzik commentary on some of those verses. And now you've got this awesome little Bible study, devotional, whatever you want to call it, that, okay, that's a pretty cool thing to do with a group of people. So that's why I said I think these are like entry points for people. They're entry points into Faithart is what I'm getting at. Okay. So now my problem is if I did this again, so you're watching me before you make it, what I would do is I would center this a little bit more. I just lined it up. I would have moved it over a little bit, but you know what? It's okay. And in fact, if I didn't even want to do that, look, I could just do it this way, and then who cares, right? It would work. We could do it that way. And then when somebody takes this out, they're going to see that side. So you can do this any way that you want. But basically, we've got this done, okay? So tips to doing it again is, as I mentioned, I would have lined this graphic up a little bit better. I wasn't watching my friend when she was making it. The other thing I could do, because this is perfectly fine, what if I line it up in here, which means it's going to stick out, and then I trim it. It doesn't have to be as wide as I had it, right? I could trim all that off, and then it would totally line up. So there's a couple options for you. We're hitting almost 30 minutes. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to show you this, what my friend did, where she did the tags. My tags are all ready. I'm going to stop the video because I want you to be creative and make this the way you want to make it. I will have pictures at the end of the video once I get finished with this, and then you'll get to see what did Diane do with that particular kit. Okay, so this is Faith Kit number 2, Jesus as the Light of the World. I hope that you will join in the Faithart ministry movement. Join the women that are starting this, that are excited, that tell me about how excited they are to actually see and add God into their creative time. And I will leave you with Romans 15:13 today. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Blessings.